welcome back to my channel, ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. If you're new to my channel, do not forget to smash that subscribe button, as well as give this video a thumbs up at the end if you enjoy this review. And don't forget to leave me any comments or questions that you guys may have after the video is done. And as always, don't forget to hit that notification bell, as we do have a ton of heat that we are going to be releasing this week, so you're not going to want to miss out on it. If you guys didn't get that intro, that was me releasing my carbon dioxide. So I was breathing in and out. And that was kind of something that reminded me of the name of this shoe. So this is none other than the 350 V2 renamed Carbon Yeezys. So as you guys may have known earlier, this had a different name. So we're actually going to touch on that later in the video. But first up, we're going to go through the overview of the shoe. Then I'm going to discuss sizing on the specific Yeezy silhouette. Then we're going to touch up on the actual name change and why they decided to change it. Then I want to talk about how I was able to style these shoes. This is definitely a very easy shoe to style just based off of the neutral palette that they went with this time around. And then we're going to conclude with how much insane amounts of stock they had in this specific silhouette. And then we are going to conclude with that resale and talk about how these are currently doing in the aftermarket. So let's get into this overview on this shoe. I was extremely excited when I saw a picture of this shoe because this is definitely a colorway that's going to go with everything. My goodness. I think that by far this is one of my favorite colors that has launched in the 350 V2 silhouette, just because based off of my clothing type of, palette of what I enjoy to wear. As you guys know, I like wearing all black.
I only work in black and sometimes very, very dark gray.
Sometimes dark gray, and that is exactly what this shoe is all about. It has these dark black and dark gray tones all over it. As I'm looking at it closer though in the light, I definitely am seeing a lot of blue coming out, and it's like kind of this beluga blue color tone that is kind of dispersed throughout that prime knit. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 350 V2 series, this is basically a re-engineered prime knit upper that we have here. This prime knit, one of the things that I do end up liking about this shoe is it does have lots of flexibility in that toe. Even though it's very shallow inside, that prime knit does stretch out over time. And then we've got, of course, our gum sole unit that has that boost that's encased in there, and that's where you're going to get that comfortability, that cloud-like feeling. This boost is insane. It's like you're walking literally on pillows. And the prime knit is amazing just based upon the fact that it gives you tons and tons of breathability in this specific shoe. And of course, the new lace lock system here. The thing I love about this is a no tie lace lock system, which is amazing. You do not have to worry about tying your laces, which one of my complaints I think about the shoes was that when I did tie them, the laces for some reason untie so easily on the Yeezy silhouette. So it's nice to have this new lace lock system here that's installed. For those of you who are not into the self-tie laces, I get it, we're all different. Some like to wear it different ways. They do give you the option in this basic plain paper envelope that we typically see with their shoes. A similar color, it's exactly the same in black, but this is so that you can tie your laces on your own. So it's nice to have that option. The only thing about this no lace tie system is if you do decide that you don't want this, you have to cut it. There's actually no way to untie this lace system without cutting it, unfortunately. So I hope that you make the right decision in choosing to do your self lace tying system, because there's no going back. So as I was saying, we've got lots of light and dark tones that are kind of sporadic. It's this multi-tone coloring going on. The stripe is just that dark black that we have there. That's very simple. As far as the inside, the insole is that kind of bluish gray colorway, as well as black insole and black on that heel in the back. We don't have a pull tab on the back of this specific silhouette. As far as the outsole goes, we can see that boost underneath, which we're used to typically seeing. And yeah, this is just a very nice colorway. So for those of you who have been keeping up to date with how many colors have launched in 350 V2 in 2020, this is actually marking the 12th colorway. So lots of colors that they've released. I definitely think that this by far is one of my top favorite selects because, like I said, this definitely is going to be a very easy colorway to match with lots of items in your closet currently, which is one of my favorite attributes about this shoe specifically. All right, so just as you guys noticed, I have some different sizes going on. Because like I've spoken about in other previous videos, if I do have other sizes, I do like to show you guys just because I do think it gives a different feel for whether or not you're gonna like the silhouette, especially if you have smaller feet versus larger feet. I don't know, like sometimes it can be difficult deciding on a shoe because they do look different depending on the sizing. So I am typically a size 7.5 in men's, but I do always recommend going up half a size. So right now these two are actually size 12. So you're gonna actually, I'm just gonna hold these up so you can kind of see the difference going on there. See what that silhouette looks like in a small versus larger size. We got a base size and a big size here. Flip those around so you can see that side as well. And then let me just put them both down so you can get that angle too. All right, so the reason that I do recommend going at least half a size up is the padding in this 350 in the back of the heel typically pushes my foot up into this toe box area, which is a very shallow toe box. And so I feel like at my regular size of a 7.5, it's very crammed and it feels a bit too small. So that's why I typically go with a size 8 in the 350 V2 series. Other than that, I mean, depending on the size and shape of your foot, again, guys, I do have narrow, thin feet. So if you have flatter feet or wider feet, I would highly, highly recommend going a half a size up just because you're gonna fit these shoes a little bit differently than me. And as far as comfort wise, I tend to steer closer to bigger shoes. I like to have a little extra room versus having no room in the toe box. And so that's why I feel like the size 8 is the perfect fit for me. So let me know in the comments after this as well, any questions that you may have on sizing with this specific silhouette, because I'm here to help you. And if you did not know, this specific silhouette did launch in adult sizing as well as kids and infants. So all across the board, anyone and everyone was able to get this no matter what size you are. Okay, so now I want to get into a little bit of talk on the name of this. So Adidas basically had to rename this colorway because of diversity and inclusion issues. So for those of you who knew an unboxing that I did before, I did talk about the Asriels and how a lot of complaints were made by social media users on the name. And so that basically upset a lot of Arabics because the name references the archangel of music in Islam. And so they weren't okay with that. A lot of them signed petitions against it, wanted the name taken off, wanted to get rid of the shoe, were pissed off at Kanye. And so with all of that heat coming at Adidas, I think it was smart of them to really rethink the name that they had originally given to this shoe, which was the Asriel. Whew, almost butchered that. And for those of you who do not know what the Asriel means, it's actually the archangel of death. So I guess this is a dark shoe and they were going with a very dark name. But they did decide, you know, before the release date of this, which was actually postponed. For those of you who know, the original date was the end of September, but it ended up coming out October 2nd instead. And an issue that they had was the markings on the box, the little stickers here. For those of you, I don't know if you were one of the few rare ones that didn't get the correct naming on the box, but they had to redo the stickers on all the boxes to the correct name. Oh, hey, look at that. We got one of the uncorrected boxes. It actually has the wrong name on it. It should say Carbon on it, but this box
Wait a minute.
didn't get
Who am I
fixed
here?
up, I guess. So let's show you the box there. Guess they missed this one. Yeah, so they had already printed out the stickers and it looks like they missed my box. Let's see if they missed this box too. Oh, hey, they missed this box too. Look at that. That one says the Asriels as well. It's missing the correct name of the Carbon on there. So I guess Adidas did try to resolve the situation by sending out stickers to stores to re-sticker them on the boxes. But I guess they didn't get to all of the stores in time, or the stores just didn't care and they didn't re-sticker their boxes. So according to these boxes, these are actually not the Carbons. These are the Asriels. Yeah, so I guess that was a slight mistake. So hopefully those who are highly against this name didn't get the wrong sticker on their box, because I think that would be highly offensive to them. All right, so now that we've discussed the name change, let's now get into some styling. So these shoes were very simplistic for me to style because I feel like you can't style these wrong with the colors that they chose for this shoe. The first look, I'm actually wearing one of the hoodies. I decided to wear a bright pop of color. So this is an Isabel Marant just hoodie with kind of a turtle high neck going on here. I did love that this fuzziness on the Isabel Marant logo has like this cream coloring scheme that really matches the midsole on this Carbon shoe. And I paired it with some just plain simple black biker shorts. So this is just one of the comfier athletic looks that I wanted to give you guys. I definitely think any type of black type of athletic bottoms are going to go amazing with this shoe, even though I don't recommend necessarily working out in this shoe. I do think it works great with any type of active wear in general. As far as the second look goes, I paired it with some nice cashmere, just comfy, oversized, cropped pants. We're getting into the fall winter season, so I'm excited to start kind of bringing out more of my winter clothing. And again, just any type of black bottom is going to go so well with the shoe. I paired that with just a simple gray tank top, and I layered that with just a nice kind of brown toned denim leather jacket. And that leather jacket's kind of paneled, and you know, definitely it wasn't a black, dark black leather jacket, but I think that this definitely, you can wear some darker tones even if they're brown tones with this shoe because of all the cream accents that are in this. And so that was just a very good street kind of look. Definitely something I'm gonna be rocking this fall because it's comfortable. And I think that leather options are just gonna go great with this dark color scheme. And last but not least, I made a little bit dressier casual. So I paired it with a nice blazer. I feel like a lot of plaids are going to be very big in this season, that kind of schoolgirl vibe.
Go on.
With the plaid look going on. And so I paired that with just some simple Levi's light denim jeans, and again, just a simple tank top underneath. I think that denim anything is going to go with these. You can't steer wrong no matter what shade or color you do decide to go with. But I definitely loved, pairing these with a blazer, because I think a lot of people that I've spoken to that are my girlfriends probably wouldn't have necessarily thought that they could pair it with a blazer, but I definitely think even if you try and dress this shoe up, it's going to work just based off of the pure, simpleness of how this color scheme is. So let me know in the comments what was your guys' favorite look, or give me some ideas on how you would style this specific colorway. All right, so now we are going to get into how many shoes were initially rumored to have been released in this specific colorway for this 350 V2. All right, so it was rumored that there were 100,000 pairs of this shoe that were released on Yeezy supply alone, which is pretty insane. That's a huge quantity. And just to top that off, Foot Locker was rumored to have had at least 30,000 pairs to their site alone. And that's not even mentioning other foot sites that got this shoe, which most foot sites seem to have had a good decent amount of shoes in stock as well.
Put that fire out!
And so, as you guys know, when I'm talking about resale, sometimes depending on the quantity of this shoe that's been released, that will tend to affect the resale later on in the game. Although I do think it was a smart move on Adidas' part, because this shoe is definitely a shoe I think a lot of people who maybe aren't so comfortable with these bright colorways that Yeezy has released, or hard to match colorways, this is definitely a shoe in this specific color that I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to and really want to have in their collection, just because you can really wear this with just about anything. So let's go through the resale prices, talk about the retail on these. In the adult sizes, these go for $220. In the kid sizes, it goes for $160, as well as infants, those run at $140. So as far as sizing goes, across the board, unless we're getting into the larger tier, 14 plus, these shoes are pretty consistent with $300 to $315 on the resale market currently. So it's definitely not insane. There's a little bit of money to be made, at least some lunch money. But I do think that this shoe is going to be very popular, again, just because of the simplicity of the colors in this shoe. So I wouldn't be surprised if this starts to slowly increase because of those people who maybe slept on the shoe. They're gonna see it and be like, wow, this is a great shoe that's basically gonna match with everything in my wardrobe. So keep a lookout, see how these shoes do change over the next few months, but I do think that this is one of the best colorways that has dropped this year in the Yeezy 350 V2 silhouette. All right, guys, thank you so much again for joining me with this review on the Carbons. or according to this box, not the Garbins. But anyways, again, if you're new to my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as give this video a thumbs up at the end if you guys enjoyed this review, and feel free to leave me any comments or questions on these shoes. I know if you're a first-time Yeezy buyer, these can be kind of difficult as far as sizing. So I am here for you guys. If you have any questions or concerns on what shoe would be the perfect fit for you, feel free to leave me any comments in that comment box below. As well as do not forget to leave a ding on that notification, or don't forget to hit that bell, because we have so much content coming out this week. This is going to be a huge week, so I don't want you guys to miss out on being notified when we have posted those videos and uploaded them to YouTube. All right, so thanks again, everyone. This is ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. We will join you on the next video.